welcome to the very first episode of another costume series that we've done. This will be the fourth time we've done this, which is kind of funny because we've had so many ideas. We've had the Dawson Custom Show, we had the Weather News Hamilton Costume Showcase. We had two versions of the Dawson Custom Show, actually, so that's the two of them. But this is the very first episode of Behind the Seams. Going to be our newest costume series, so we'll not showcase the suits on the show anymore. It's going to have its own series called Behind the Seams. Before we get into all of that, go check out the last video that we did here on the channel where we reacted to Ant-Man, and we talked about Dawson's fantasy ball experiences. You get to see all of the footage that he got from that. And if you missed it, go watch it because it was a very intriguing episode, and I don't think neither one of us thought it would take 2 hours to do, but it did. As you can tell, we don't have a poster behind us. We don't have the poster for Behind the Seams yet. We do have a logo, as you saw it in the intro, and it's an official series. And
it is.
This first episode is not how the show is going to be from as we go on. This is just the kickoff of it. Because me and Dawson do have a plan of what we're going to do for future episodes, and the episodes will be longer. Because we did have an initial plan for this episode.
This is just the start.
This is just the kickoff of it, and this will be the episode where we talk about what the show is going to consist of, basically, and that's basically it. But the last costume thing that we did was, I believe, the Shadow Dragon on the show, so if you want to go check that out. We did a little cool trailer to the Shadow Dragon, and at some point we will be doing a film about the Shadow Dragon character, or Jaden Tanner, as the character's name is. But today's first episode, we're going to be doing an episode on our original Power Ranger character called the Red Sentinel. And not even 5 minutes before recording this, we came up with the guy's real name. Dane Whitaker is the Red Sentinel, and Dawson will be playing the Red Sentinel, and we'll go into what the film of that's going to be about, not too into depth, but vaguely, because we have some ideas of what we want to do with this film. Because there is actually a history behind it, even before the Red Sentinel became a thing, and then we'll talk about that as we go along in the episode. But this is what today's episode is going to be like. Further episodes are going to be, we're going to have 3 characters on the show each time, whether they are original. We're going to try to do original characters because that's how we do things now, because back in the day, we didn't do things like that. We didn't start doing those things until we got out of high school, and we wanted to do more original stuff, and now we're still doing it. So Dawson is the costume maker. As y'all know, if you've followed the channel for a really long time, he has made all of the big costumes that you've seen in all the videos, such as the Blue Lantern, which is the last big one that we did for a film. All the costumes for Deception, somewhat, because some of it was mine and some of it was his. But a lot of the big costumes like the Blue Lantern, costumes like Red Hood, costumes like Batman in some parts.
The Hunter. Yeah,
the Hunter, all that stuff, it was Dawson's money and hard work. And we're doing a show.
All the Power Ranger stuff.
We're doing a series about that, and eventually we might have costumes for me and Caitlin as well, not just for Dawson, so we can get everybody included in the behind the scenes. It's basically going to be behind the scenes of how Dawson and I do characters, and it's really not only is it a costume show, it's going to be a character show as well, because we're going to be talking about the origins of these characters and how they came to be. But there's the helmet. Dawson showed them the helmet. If you think it looks familiar, it is.
It's very familiar.
And tell them who it actually is.
This helmet is based off of Snake Eyes' helmet from the Snake Eyes movie that just came out that people give too much hate. I actually really like that movie. But I gave it a new paint job, and I worked with it and did some nice stuff with it. So to give a little backstory with these characters, like he said, it's like our custom Power Rangers. We don't want to get sued, so we're not using Power Rangers to make a short film, and it's like.
And these are not the Marvel Sentinels either.
No,
because that's a thing too.
This is like a custom superhero team that's basically Power Rangers, but instead of called Power Rangers, they're called Sentinels.
And there may be more.
And there might be more
in the future. You
there is a team of them.
This is the original Sentinel team. They could kickstart a whole entire universe. Yeah. You never know.
So this is 01, and you'll see the picture that I made of it is Red 01 Sentinel. The leader of the group,
Dane Whitaker.
One thing that I really love about this helmet too, and you'll see it in the video and in the pictures, is the visor pops off. So for some cool shots, you can see my eyes, and then I'll do like transitions or whatnot, and then the visor goes back on. But yeah, this used to be Snake Eyes, and then I gave it a paint job, and to keep with kind of the Power Ranger look, I stuck with having the mouthpiece being silver still. Then the helmet red. I was planning on doing some. That was probably loud.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
I was planning on thinking about doing some white on the helmet, and then after like finishing it looking like this, I was like, it doesn't need white. Mm-hmm. So I was like, it's good the way it looks. I was like, it doesn't need any white or anything like that. So yeah, this is the Red Sentinel, but it takes place in like maybe nowadays-ish. But a team of people got chose to be Sentinels, protectors of the Earth. And then the government gets corrupt and makes these enhanced robots and enhanced like cyborg soldiers that are called enforcers. And the government then tries to go against the Sentinels and tries to disband them, and ends up, and you'll see pictures of the blue one, eradicating and killing the team and trying to kill them. Well, the red one's the last one left, and he is a survivor, and he's on the run. So, and I'm not going to go into the full details of the film because that would be for the film for y'all to watch. Yeah. But, so yeah, it's basically a Power Ranger on steroids.
Yeah.
Is what it is, because they're very, very brutal. They're heroes. Think about if Power Rangers met the Avengers. It's like a realistic version of Power Rangers that are just called the Sentinels, and they're our own custom thing. So, yeah. So this is Red 01, and
you'll get to meet the rest of the squad. We've got names and everything, and those the deceased Sentinels. When we get those done, we'll bring them on the show as well. We've got colors already picked out with blue, green, yellow, and black as the original team. So once we get those helmets done, y'all get to see those, and we'll get to talk about those characters. Not very much because they're dead, and there's not much
to talk about
backstory to talk about unless we make up stuff in the film. So, fun fact: this film. We've actually talked about this film on the channel for a very long time before. This used to be the Red Ranger film with Jason, and we have talked about that film for almost 5 years now. And then Dawson got the idea for the Red Sentinel and replaced the Red Power Ranger with Jason with Dane in his place, and to make it more of our own thing. So I know we talked about that in a beginning of the year video, so that was about 4 or 5 years ago. So that's what this film and this stuff has become. But without any further ado, we're going to go right into Dawson's going to show the outfit and the costume and everything for the Red Sentinel. When we come back, we will talk about what exactly the format for this show is going to look like, how we're going to do it, and what future videos on the channel are to come, because we already have a lot of ideas for stuff that we're going to do over the next month or two, and a lot of exciting things happening. So when we come back, stick around, because we're going to talk about all that cool stuff. And also we'll go to the pictures and videos as well after we show the costume stuff. So we'll be right back.
This is the part where I go off on a long rant about the costume. I'm going to do kind of a similar format as the other ones, even though this is a new show that we're doing. I'm going to start from the bottom up like I normally do, and then do like miscellaneous things. So what I'm going to first talk about is the boots. And I'm not going to bring both of them out here because there's no point, because they both look the same. So these are the boots. These are actually, the base of these boots are the style of the Avengers Endgame quantum suits that they use when they time travel. And then I colored in the red part, and then it's a little bit more technical, so it looks a little bit more futuristic. And I just like the look of it, and it's a nice fitting. It's got a nice sole on the bottom of it, so do all the nice cool things on it. But then the red comes up on the inside too, which is really, really nice. And yeah, but it's really comfortable, and they come up the leg too, so they're actual boots, and they look good. Put this back in here. So the gloves, throw that over there. These are just, I actually had two versions. One, I had a more detailed version, which was golf gloves, but they weren't working with the gauntlets that I had. They were just, I don't know, it's weird. So I got these basically like a Zentai suit glove, and then I added armor panels to it, to the same color, and it works pretty good because it actually comes up the wrist more, so whenever I move you don't see under the suit. They're also very comfortable. You get like the little red patterns, and then you got the armor pieces onto it too to make it look more detailed. So pretty cool. Going with the gloves are the gauntlets. Like I said, same thing. I don't have to show both of them because they're both the same. These are the gauntlets. They are a nice form fitting that goes to my forearm, so it has a more sleek design to it. The base of these gauntlets are actually the Wolverine gauntlets from the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. They're just white, and I added the red detailing with the black. The inside is Velcroed right here, and then they pop open, and they're held together by elastic, so they can go on and off. And then they clasp, and then I Velcro it back, and then it doesn't really come out, and it works pretty good. Nice sleek fitting, and it does the job. So suit wise, moving on to the suit. Underneath all of it, I have this, which is a neck seal that goes from my half body up, and there's a zipper on the back, but it's actually really stretchy, so I don't have to zip it. But it comes up past my chin, and it goes around, and it's a nice fitting. And basically what this is for is whenever I have the costume on, unlike wearing like a regular balaclava, whenever I move or it might come up a little bit, this has armholes, so it fits, and it goes around this entire upper part, and it goes under the suit and under the helmet. So whenever I'm moving around, I'm throwing kicks, I'm punching, I'm looking up, I'm looking to the side or whatnot, you will never see my neck. It looks like one unified thing. So there's this, which is actually really nice. I was calling it my head condom, because that's basically what it is. But yeah. Then talking about the suit. So the suit comes into two different pieces. One is the jumpsuit. I know it looks goofy, but this honestly could be its own thing. But it has the high-rise collar, which is nice. It's got like little shoulder pad areas, and then it comes down, it has black knee pads. But this is a jumpsuit. One thing that I really like about it, which at some point I'm still planning on doing, I told Trace about it, is I want to add 01, since he's red 01 to the shoulders. But on the costume, there's this nice, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's this nice 3D texture that's on it. That goes throughout the suit on the red paneling and on the black paneling. So it's fairly nice. And Then yeah, you got the knee pads, and then on the bottom half you got the black fabric that goes down, and the white boots come up on top. So there's the jumpsuit, and like I said, there is the suit comes in 2 parts. That was a horrible sound.
That was a horrible sound.
The vest. So the reason why it comes in 2 different parts, and this is a vest, is because the jumpsuit, the way that's made, and it flows through, the vest is to help to where if I'm throwing punches or I'm raising my arms up, just so, for an example, with my shirt, I raise my arms up, shirt comes up. So instead of it being one solid thing and I raise my arms up or I throw punches, the suit's not acting funny and it's not moving up in weird places. So having the vest is to, whenever I throw punches or raise my arms up, the main piece stays and it doesn't move and it looks like one flowing thing. But yeah, here's the vest. It has this like white symbol thing. This is completely made up. You got the belt, which is attached to the vest because there's no reason to keep it off, and it also keeps the belt stationary so it looks sleek and more better. So you got like silver detailing. Here's the back of the vest with the red panels. This also has that 3D texture that's on it, if you're able to see it on the camera, with the black and the red fabric. It has it all throughout the vest. To get this on, because I know from looking at it, you don't see a zipper. There's actually a hidden zipper on the side right here, and then this velcros off, zips up and down, and then velcro it back, and then one sleek thing. And then you got like these chrome pieces because it's like a futuristic type of thing. So yeah, and then you got like the little armor panels that's flown throughout it. But yeah, that's the vest, and then that goes on top, and that kind of completes the look. There's not a whole lot of pieces to it, but it looks sleek and it looks good. But I also have one more prop, which is over there. Which is the Red Sentinel's weapon. In keeping with the Power Ranger look, his weapon is a sword, which is really nice. It's a black sword with red. How convenient. But this sword is actually a different take on Genji's sword from Overwatch. Just red and black, which is really cool. It comes with a sheath, but he doesn't need a sheath because their powers are technology, nanotechnology, whatever you want to call it, from Power Rangers or whatever. So he has a sword. The sword is foam, so I can beat anybody with this and it won't hurt. It'll feel like you're being hit with a pool noodle. But yeah, so he has the sword as his primary weapon, and I guess the other Sentinels would have different weapons. So it's kind of like Power Rangers, how they all have different versions of weapons. And then, of course, the helmet, which I was talking about a little bit on the show. To get in and out of this helmet, it's completely magnetized, so it has a nice, sleek fit, and it locks into place, and it doesn't come off. Same thing with the visor. The visor is completely magnetized, and it comes on and off. Like I said, for shots, you can be able to see my eyes, and then whenever that goes on. What's really cool about this helmet, matching with the suit, is this helmet has printed in fabric texture that's on it. So it actually matches with the printed texture that's on the suit. So it kind of flows very nicely. And then you got the actual suit. So the visor is not a tinted visor at all. It's painted, so it has a more dark and prominent color to the visor. But the way how I actually see is I've got holes through it. Ta-da! And if you're wondering on camera, yes, I can I can actually see through it, and I can see just fine. But yeah, so like what we talked about, this is not going to be very long. There's not a whole lot of things that go to this costume because it's very simplistic, but it just looks good. So this is Red. This is Red 01, the Red Sentinel from the Sentinel Hero Group. And yeah, you're about to see a collage of photos and a collage of videos that we took today, in different aspects, maybe like an edit of it or whatever. And hope you enjoy. And after that, we'll go back to talking.
And we're back. Wasn't that cool? We shot all that in Alpharetta, Georgia today.
Yep.
And basically the same spot that we shot the Red Hood stuff. And
Yeah, just on the top.
yeah, that was, we did that, was it this year or last year? Or that was last year when we did the Red Hood stuff.
It
might have been this
I think it was
year.
the beginning of this year.
Who knows? A lot of things are happening. But we shot there for the Red Hood stuff as well. And we went back there again. And we did a lot of those shots today. And we are going to be doing more of that stuff. So, like Dawson said, it's not going to be a very long episode. More episodes of this will be longer.
November.
I thought it was
Yeah,
sometime last year. It was November of last year when we went and did the Red Hood stuff. Because that was the episode that we played the Jackbox games.
Yep.
And there might be an episode of that soon also. Because that was fun to play. But just like Dawson said, this episode's not going to be very long. The other episodes will be longer because we're going to have a lot more characters, a lot more things to discuss, and a lot more costumes to go through. So look out for all of that. This one was the Red Sentinel. And it was just, we've not talked about it for very long, but the idea for the film has been there since pretty much we were in high school, from what I remember. So it's been there. But this is just a more original way to get it out there to all of y'all. So, but that will eventually happen at some point. But if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Sorry, not sorry that the video was not that long this time.
Yep.
Like we said, the next behind the scenes episode will have a lot more characters in it. We kind of already have one lined up already.
Yep.
It was that episode was actually going to include the Red Sentinel, but it was in today's episode, and we got 3 more. It's going to be 3 characters each time because it just makes for an interesting video and a longer video because it makes people want to stay longer to see all of it.
Yeah.
So stick around for all of that. Future episodes here on the channel next week. We're going to be doing another episode of Bored to Death. We're going to be playing the conspiracy theory game that we played on the Weather News Times on our show where Dawson won. Yeah. And whoever wins best 2 out of 3 in that episode will win another point on the Bored to Death board. And like we said, at the very end of the Bored to Death season, at the end of the year, we're going to award a championship belt. I'm going to keep my word on that. And someone will get to keep it until next year. And then we'll see who wins it in 2026. So that'll be an interesting thing to do. And then after that, we're going to be doing Press Start again. And we're going to be playing Halo for the first time in like a year and a half. So that'll be a lot of fun to do as well. And then we're going to be doing real reactions with Kuga. We did that not too long ago. We're trying to finish Kuga right now, and then we're going to jump to other things. The Halo show will be the next thing that we watch on there. We talked about that on Real Reactions. If you haven't watched that recent episode, go watch it. It was the most personal and most intense episode
Yes, it was.
of real reactions and Kuga that we've ever seen. And then after that, we are going to be doing another episode of the show where we react to all of our Western films and we discuss all of that craziness. And then after that, we'll see where things go. I do know 2 episodes after that, the next episode of Press Start will be the Backrooms. We're going to play that as the actual Backrooms, not Minecraft, because we did that in an episode. It'll be the actual Backrooms where we're going to crap ourselves.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
But then we might be doing a behind-the-scenes episode before all that, because we've got some stuff that we already have ready to showcase as well.
Yep.
Including a pirate.
Yes.
And a Bat Boy.
Yes.
And the third one, we'll figure that out.
Probably a ranger.
And a ranger.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And a ranger. So that'll be the next one. That'll be probably after we do the westerns.
Yep.
So just stick around for another month.
Yeah, so that'll give me time to fix it.
Yeah, that'll give everyone to wait in anticipation for a month. After we do the westerns, it will be those outfits.
Yep.
We're only going to be doing those when we actually have characters to showcase, and who knows, we might just come on here to talk about characters. But then again, we probably won't, because this one won't be as frequent as all the other ones, because Dawson makes most of the costumes, and it takes a bit. So y'all just have to stick around.
Yep.
And if it happens, it happens, and you'll get to see it. We got a lot of cool, fun content coming out. There might be some stuff here and there in between all that, because we never know.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've also got Tybee Island in May. We're going to be having a trip to Tybee Island, and we're going to do a lot of cool stuff. We're not going to talk about it right now.
Yep.
Because we're going to save that for an episode of the show
when
we do that.
Yep.
And we'll be filming it somewhere. We'll be filming the show somewhere other than where we live for the first time ever.
Yep.
So that'll be a history making thing for us.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But y'all get to see all that cool stuff. And we haven't done a vlog like that since we went to Pigeon Forge. And that was a very interesting vlog.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't watched that one, you should check it out. Because we got kicked out of a place. Dawson had a lot of people come up to him. We got to we went to the aquarium in Gatlinburg. We did a lot of stuff, and
We did a lot of stuff.
Y'all got to go watch it. It was at the time one of the longest videos we've ever done, and now that is not the case at all.
Yep.
The longest video we've made on here is like 3.5 hours, and it was the tabletop video.
Yep.
The last one we did. That season finale will be coming at some point, and then we're also going to kickstart that series as well. Not just with the Warfare stuff that we're doing now, but with tabletop games in general. We're going to seek those out and try to actually get that started as an actual series instead of just me, Dawson, and Caitlin fighting each other. Yeah. So, and we'll crown a champion for that as well.
Yeah.
That'll be the next episode of that, so look forward to that. But that's going to do it here for us. If you like the Red Sentinel, if you like certain things about the Red Sentinel, let us know in the comments down below. What character should Dawson try to make next? What character should we do for a film next? Let us know in the comments down below. We got a lot of ideas. We could literally sit here for several hours talking about the different characters that we have come up with that have never happened. And we would be here all night. So that's not going to happen, though.
Nope.
But just let us know in the comments down below.
Yep.
Most important thing right now to do is to subscribe. We're very close to 800 subscribers. Very, very close. So hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we make more episodes and more videos here on the WNHON channel. My name is Trey Sparks.
My name is Dawson Mullins.
See you guys in the next episode of Behind the Seams. Bye-bye.
Peace.